Because people also kind of relate it to Nigeria. They have pidgin, you have English, but they make it in a Nigerian way. So you also do that as well. You get some words, but you put them in a Zambian way, and it becomes a popular word.
And I want to make this clear to Zambian people to feel themselves. If you want to say Katyo, but then the crazy bad Kwataero syndrome, Yashi. And the Eruala syndrome, for me, I was born with it, and I will die with it. And I'm so proud that I'm him who has that kind of syndrome and the disease. And I won't even want to go to University of Cambridge to go and replace who I am. Because that's me. And that's a kind of me, that's a brand. This is King Dandy Krazy. Fine, I can speak with you. Communication, we have to relate. If you ngole mfofo nderanda, chiri fyo bwino. No mani shwala mbwena mululi mirwandi. Batatofu bamfiri na bambaye umbwene. Hey, nganshaire kolo fair na nganshaire ku private school, is it you? So when we say we come from Copper Belt, we are so proud of who we are. It's not about education. If you if you can make money elsewhere without a degree, win. So it's about you.
Yeah. Speaking of Aban, I mean, spoken about that and being born. There's a certain young lady, and it's when people hear you speak and they hear this young lady speak, she's quite fluent, and people hear and people are wondering, saying, is this really King Dandy Krazy's daughter? And TikTok, I hear her name is Comfort Chawezi, but people are saying this is Dandy Krazy's daughter. Is this your daughter?
Comfort Chawezi Chibambo. That's my firstborn fruit.
Nice.
She's going to university, and I've told her, my daughter, life will continue, but you can hold on into an influence. I know she's got a backup from the father who's influential and an influencer, but I've told her, she's been called to a lot of things to do, but I've told her, my baby, I, as a father, I never had an opportunity to go to university, but you have an opportunity. Please do it for me. So I want her to go to university, and she'll do other things for herself. I will support her in any way.
Wow.
She loves it.
Yeah. Did you see those comments? I mean, some people were saying, she's, people expecting her to be speaking, never Comfort Chawezi, cho. But people here, she's very soft, and some people say, is this really Dandy Krazy's daughter? How does that make you feel as a father when people say that?
I have to say this. She's my good friend and my best friend, I have to say. If I have to confide in anything that I have to do, sometimes I just give her a call and just to talk to her and just find out what she's doing. And I've told her, if you need anything from me, please give it a try. I don't have to. But if you have to have money, please, I'm here. Any day, anytime.
I love how, even when you talk about her, you even become calm. You've switched from the way you were talking before, and it sort of shows the love that you have for her. You seem to have a very close relationship with her, isn't it? Are you close with her?
I'm so much particular with my family. My children, my wife, my brothers and sisters. It's different from whereby I'm talking to the public, as in the domain, the country. That is what I am so much specialized with. And that's a different scenario when I'm taken as King Wesley Chibambo. King Dandy is this side and Wesley Chibambo is this side. This side is a family. This side is just a company, is a person who have to entertain the world, and it's so different.
How does she also take the public life that you have and the limelight? People say different things about you, bad, good. Do you think she's used to people having an opinion about you?
Comfort, she's a grown-up person by now, and I think she can judge by herself who the father is and what she is herself, and she's got an opinion for herself. So she can deduce from what she always has gathered.
Yeah. Do you watch her TikTok videos? Do you see them? People send to you, maybe?
Not always. I just come across, because I'm a fanatic of social media. It can come into my inbox. I will see it on Facebook, but I'm not a friend of hers.
On Facebook?
On TikTok.
On TikTok,
yeah,
okay.
I'm not. And I'm not even on TikTok, actually.
Okay. All right. We're still hanging out with King Dandy. We have more to discuss when we get back.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, Idionsena Kumazulu. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jeff the Trek, and you're now watching On the Table with Chiweka on Diamond TV. Voilà.
Welcome back to watching On the Table, and we're still with Dandy Krazy with us here. Before, he got into a very, very heartwarming side. It's not a side that people see a lot from you. People are used to you screaming all the time and shouting, but you were able to warm up. But people have also seen you angry before, because a few weeks ago, a video was making rounds of you very upset. People talking about you being a ghost worker and all these things at Zesco, and so many things that were said. What annoyed you the most for you to even make that video where you were very, very upset?
You know, I'm a very complacent person, and I'm an introvert actually. People, they don't know about this. I don't put up my anger to the world, and I would rather remain quiet and silent. Most of the times in my life, I do it by myself because I've grown up this way. When you see me like putting a fight or like coming out in a vulgar language just because I'm hurt, I'm not one of the persons who would really love to fight with people. I've done that before in my upbringing. But now I'm a father. No, I'm too much older than I have to be like quarreling with people. But in that case, Achani, we went to media. I have to repeat this one. If I have to take this case again to court, we went to media, I have to sue you. You owe me an apology for Mwanjeveremwe. Several times we went to media, you told me I'm a ghost worker. I work at Zesco. I've never ever in my life stepped my foot on Zesco premises as a worker. At all. Zesco has contracted me to work for them on roadshows in Copper Belt, not even in Lusaka. Long time ago before I came here. But I've never worked at Zesco. If anything, Zesco denied my wife a job. My wife applied for Zesco. She got a diploma, advanced diploma. Bari batani nchitoba kashibandini. So I was so much annoyed of people talking about me being a Zesco ghost worker, for that matter. How and why? Ishindechula we muntu ulepita ma persecutions taukwetendala mo muntu ale kulumbra 18,500 every month ura for shota ufolapo in your life. Since basatabavuila. I've never been there. So people of Zambia, I have to tell you that if you want to mukubika abantu pachamba so kumtani ko muntu mwambukula mubika mashu ufutala ndufutawa. It's wrong.
When you say ever since Michael Salter died, you haven't been there. What do you mean? You mean you haven't been flourishing how you want, or you haven't been doing well as an individual? What do you mean you haven't been there? Or you haven't been treated how you want to be treated?
Okay, for instance, let me give this example to Chera Tukutaini. Chera Tukuta. I'm giving as an example, and I'm sorry my brother, I've used an example, but you are the best one I can use. It's just a cameraman, or a photographer, or a videographer, or choreographer, whatever that I can call you. Bamubula, bamubika pachambaso. Ambukula inda na bapkateka. Mufialo. So apari ku Dubai na wa president hapa. But nine wabikile PF pachambaso. Na mborunga rumo. I can tell you, I've never had any contract in this country. But Dandy Krazy. Mwali tubombela kwa teni kwa ina. Ngwakanganda ka nanga property nangifi. Padi ino muntu andi ngani nebo ndiko. Ngani nebo na wako. Ngani kwa 49 houses mu Lusaka muno mwe. But wala. Firana aleranda pa radio. Wakwataka chiliro. Watumine ba minister. Ani nkwata kumfwe nkole fwa kefi. Chale nkalipa na fuma mu chifukushina ine wini. Ndi muntu. People would say Dandy this, Kada this, what? Na nena alikwata bakashibandi na abana bafire baria. Urama children na bena. Bana kashi. Beka bafwa otwanunkira. Baitsawo. What are you saying?
But you earlier on in the show, you said you've got buildings and plots on the copper belt. Those don't sustain you. They don't manage to keep you going. They're not enough.
Do you know that a plot you it will take you 3 months or 4 months? Nangu renti yoine, do you know that pakukupera renti landlord ufire wapi pakupinda? Muntu wandi Zambia te inove. Pakuti pakakupere renti yoineyo. Iwe na iwe. Next question.
Well, but it's interesting you talk about this, and you speak about you have Wanakashi Veka Veka in terms of the children. Even in the video, one thing that stood out, the one where you're very upset, is you're very upset you're at your peak, but as soon as your wife told you to calm down, you were able to calm down. And people have been commending you, saying the respect you have for your wife is absolutely amazing. What role does she have also in talk about your life, your career? What role does she play in building Dandy Krazy?
You know, Helen Dandriana Chaloe, she's my best friend. At the moment, and in this life, in Zambia, in this world, and that this integral part I'm going through, she's the centermost thing in my life. She's my advisor. She tells me what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I rebuke her sometimes, you know. Tell you I number right, but at the most, emuntu nje wakufefya man. At the most, emuntu nje takufe encouraging kafya pena. Emuntu uinga nje bakufefi into foninga but okay, but I have to seek the face of God. I have to apologize. I need to go back to the studio. I have to invest my money. Okay, 100 kwacha tukwete voit wala station. Okay, shitobunga first ya paka shiteka zai. Haona imwe. She's the most person that I can relate in my life whereby I'm a human being. I cannot pretend to say I'm super natural, but she's there for me anytime, everywhere. Even if in a chimwe bachimfwari, wachinje bachifwari ngoto. Shachikana. She's there as my manager.
Oh, so she's playing the role of your manager.
Yeah.
What is your manager saying for 2022? What are some of your plans this year, your big plans that you want to do this year?
As a businessman or as a musician?
Both.
As a manager, myself, I manage the business. I manage as a businessman and as a musician. So as a musician, this year, in fact, the album I just have put up a date when I have to, like, the people should listen to it. I started promoting my album like last year. I was talking about it like a ghost worker. I think I have to call my album Ghost Worker. Yes, because it went through so much of. So my album for 2022 is Ghost Worker. The song 2022 Ghost Worker is done. I've also done a song with Maktu's sister, Towela. I've done major songs the previous year. In fact, the album is done. It's just a matter of when I have to like launch it out, and I've done everything. Yeah.
I feel like this has been one of your most heartwarming interview ever, because you've been very, very, or maybe it's 2022 things. It's the new dandy now. The new dandy is calm. The new dandy is paisife. Or maybe you haven't yet taken some Hennessy. Maybe we should have given him some Hennessy before coming here.
How tell you it's fun. Why did you watu wanu in life? Para watu wafika pako watinefu kuchitifi. You stop doing what you are doing, and there's certain things that you have to start doing. Futa watch tirem 2021. Even in the new dawn, there's things that you have to mind that wake up. You start, thinking of bigger things to do. There is more I have to do. International collabos. I've already done all the. It's just a matter of me to present to the people that Nafich TV. But if you're my international collabos, if you're some discussion we have done, quite shall I feel sign a fetch paper. I took a number to I pick up in Darame, she must send to him. Why she work out in Daramana Kena? Umuzuru too much. Very, very. very, very muzuro tracking from Zambia. You know, you Zambians, you want us to do collabos. But you corporate entities, itamfua ifwe, wa musician, iture chitama collabos. Foku tuwesha pansha, no kutitikisha, mwisako kukuwesha makeji. But too much, eh? What we are giving to you in package, but amakeji kukuwesha, what you don't have, but eh? 50 kg if but you help us do more. We can do even better than Nigeria. We are just a country like South Africa, like Congo, like any other. Help us. Umuntu pia umwaima choke but ndefa srapdi, embe kona kofi, ndefa maktu, embe kona nani kane, ndefa uyombe kona imeta muchite if you're too much condemning. You are too much of vocal mulandalanda fye. You know, I want any Zambian to come to Africa. Whether in Europe or South Africa, Yugoslavia or Australia. Why such in the fire? Nani can you? Malanda to Bulibandala Marquatendarama. But in the machine, you should spoke about ACC. Oh, sorry.
That's the Danny Krazy we know. Be my guest today. Thank you so much for joining us on the table. We'll still have more coming up. Drift the Check joins us in a bit.